If you're new here, we're all new here because I just started YouTube a couple weeks ago. Welcome to our second What Sold video. I am a part-time reseller and I list about 3 items a day. Sometimes it can be a little bit more, never like more than 5 usually. So very part-time. I have about 215 items in my store, and I'm going to share with you what sold for a very small part-time reseller. I do use Vindu Crosslister, which is the software that makes it possible for me to list all of my items in all of these different places. So I currently list on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop, and I'm actually just now starting Curtsy, which is something that is like just the last day, like my stuff just got uploaded. So we will see if we get any sales there and if that's something we start reporting on. But as of now, we have the 4 sites. eBay, Poshmark is usually about tied for my sales, but this week Poshmark was an obvious winner by 100%. So this week we had a total of 13 sales. eBay is usually my primary source of sales, but this week I got 4 sales from eBay, 8 from Poshmark, and I got 1 from Mercari. So the first sale that we had for the week was this vintage made in USA Western genuine leather belt, silver engraved buckle, 38 inches. Now you guys know that like I just started picking up these belts to see kind of like what happened or see how they'll work. This sold in 1 day, guys. 1 day. And it sold for $26.38. I did receive an offer and talked about this, like I accept most offers. Next week's video, we're going to talk about an item that I don't know, I could have got played. I'm pretty sure I may have gotten played, and that's fine because it's not my responsibility to know what happens to an item after it happens, but we'll talk about it next week. Anyways, I set this on the 1st of February and it sold the 2nd of February. This belt sold for an offer for $18. My cost of goods was $2, so I felt sure. Marketplace fees was $3.79. I did not pay anything in shipping. So my total profit for this item was $12.21 and or a 1 day sale. So obviously I love 1 day sales. It just like makes you feel like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to sell this so fast. And when it happens, you're like, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm just playing, guys, obviously. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The item we have is this velvet heart blue white striped button-down shirt, women's medium relaxed fit. This was my 1 sale on Mercari this week. I received an offer for $14, which I accepted. This was an item from my own closet, so I had $0 into this. This was listed for 19 days, sold for 14. My marketplace fee was $1.92. I honestly love Mercari. Like, I wish it was more popular because Mercari is like my favorite platform, to be honest. It's so easy to use. They always are giving coupons. They're always trying to figure out deals to like make things more affordable. And honestly, they try to get you as sellers to make thrifting affordable, which is what I like to do anyways. So yeah, this guy was $12.08 profit. Next item we have is this Fabletics 3-piece workout set. This came out of my own closet as well, and I kind of just put together a little collage just because I was selling the full 3-piece and I wanted people to see. I didn't really have my mannequin at the time, so I had to make do with what I had, which I think it went fine. I sent an offer for $55 and someone accepted it. My cost of goods, $0. I paid Poshmark $11 in fees. So my total profit was $44. So guys, I keep trying to tell people how they just have money laying around in their closet that they're not using. Like I still do. I need to go back in there again. And all of those items I picked up from this last thrift haul that I kept, and then if you saw on TikTok, I bought some stuff for myself. Nothing fits. So all of that is going to go back into the business as well. If you have items in your closet just sitting there, like either hit me up and we can work something out and I'll sell it for you, or get on it. I do have a link in my LinkTree for Vendu if that's something you're interested in. It is a really great program. Like I get the best results with them and I appreciate their analytics, and they share for you and send offers for you. So to me, like they pay for themselves. So if you are interested in trying them out, my link is in my LinkTree, which is linked below. Is another one that was from my closet back in my working days. Woo-hoo. Simply Vera Vera Wang black blazer with roll-up sleeves. This guy was posted for a while, like a while. Let's see here. 261 days. This on eBay for $9.35. My cost of goods, $0, came from my own closet. $2.98 went to eBay, and that left me with $6.37 in profit for this one. Also, this guy sat a while because no one really, like, this is just like such a saturated item that like no one cares about. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not a big deal. So I'm just showing you this as this was a sale finally, but I had to discount it and it was listed forever. So not an example, or maybe it is an example of something not to buy. Okay, guys. This one was a really exciting one for me because this is the first piece of lingerie that I had ever gotten. And if you know, I talk about a lot. I love researching. I love researching items and I love trying things out to see what sells and what works. So this was a research piece, Secrets and Lace Garter Belt and Panty Set, Floral Lace, White Pink 3X, new with tags. This I got at Arc Thrift, and I was just like, this is so pretty. It has tags. I guess I should just get it. I had quite a bit of interest, not only on Poshmark, but on multiple sites. And finally, me an offer for $20. Either I sent it or they sent it, but either way, it was an offer for $20. My cost of goods was $6. Marketplace fees was $4, which left me with $10 even in profit. I thought it was really pretty though. So another piece that I got from Arc same day when I was trying to research things. I just found it and thought it was so pretty. So I had this listed as Vintage Expressions by California Dynasty, floral lace slip dress, medium 90s romantic gown. And it only took 16 days to sell, sold for $20, cost of goods $6. Marketplace fees was $3.33. Again, this was a bundle, so this was one that I split. So if the math ain't mathin', it's because I split it with the other item that they purchased, which left me with $10.67 in profit for this item. So both lingerie pieces, basically a $10 profit. They weren't listed long. They sold one after the other. So the garter belt sold in 15 days, and then this one sold in 16, so right after each other. This was the second item that was in the bundle with that vintage expressions dress. Remember, this was my first thrift haul. And I was like, oh my gosh, no one's gonna get this choker. I messed up. Someone bought the choker, and not only that, they got the choker in 2 days. It was listed for 2 days, and I had so much interest. I thought it might sell on Depop just because of the style. Depop, there was a lot of interest. There was a lot of interest everywhere I posted it. I was very shook. It sold in 2 days and it sold in that bundle. So I'm really happy with that. Even though I had a high cost of goods, I sold it for $20. My cost of goods was $9. Marketplace fees, $3.33. That left me with a $7.67 profit. So even though it was like a mess up item, it still worked out. And it was so easy to take pictures of these and list it. Like, this one was just easy. So I'm happy that this one worked out because I was like, gosh, I'm just gonna have this random necklace forever. And I did not. Another item that I have is this Wrangler Girls extra, extra large pink rhinestone Western snap button shirt, long sleeve. I really liked this shirt because and maybe I should have kind of gone into the details a little bit more. It probably, like, look at those buttons. They're so pretty. And I was like, some girl who loves horseback riding and like doing like barrel racing and stuff like that, like she would look so cute in this. So that's why I picked it up. I remember thinking that this was a Wrangler Girls. I'm pretty sure it was new, without tags right there. But I just thought it was so cute. And then I had it sitting around forever. I don't know. It's really hard for me to list kid items because they just don't go as fast and they don't go for as much, which is why I'm doing JBF in April to basically just like keep all my stuff, and then hopefully a lot of it will just go with that because I'm not picking up kid clothes anymore unless it's something spectacular. But this sold, and let's see, this sold in 43 days. It sold for $13. I had a $1 cost of goods. Marketplace fee was $2.95, which left me with $9.05 on this shirt. Next item is this 00 graphic muscle tank top, women's large, longhorn floral, boho western. Now, you might look at this and be like, why would you pick this up? Because it's cute. I just thought it was cute, okay? Like, I can see someone wearing this with some shorts and some cowgirl boots at like a country fest or something like that. So I got it, and it was cotton. And I didn't expect to make $1 million, guys. Like, that's the thing, is like when you go thrifting, you're just gonna have to find like the things that you like and the things that you know people will buy for a reasonable price. Not everybody has $200. 00. This was listed for 24 days, sold for $16. Cost of goods was $2. $3.49 in marketplace fees, which left me with $10.51. Next item we have is this 9 West blouse, women's large, mauve, button front, short sleeve, flowy top. This was an item from my closet, another business shirt that I had and wanted to part with. One of my old pieces, happy to see that go. Every time I get rid of like a work piece of mine, it's like something's released inside of me, like letting go of the past. Like, I don't need this anymore. Thank God, you know? And someone might just buy this because they enjoyed it and it's beautiful. And I hope that's the case. I hope that they don't feel the same way towards their old office clothing or whatever. So this shirt sold for $10. It was listed for 15 days. Cost of goods $0. $3.33 in marketplace fees, which left me with a $6.67 profit. You know what? I remember now, because you know how it says $3.33? If you know Poshmark, their lowest is $2.95 in fees, and that is up to $15. So the lowest you're ever going to pay on Poshmark is $2.95 in your fees. So when you see $3.33 and a price sold for $10, I was like, this makes no sense to me. That's why. This was a part of that bundle that I sold earlier this week. So after I averaged everything out, I sold this for $10 and profited $6.67. Next item we have here is, again, another item from my closet. Why? Because in January at the beginning of the year, I cleaned out my closet. Corey navy blue wide leg jumpsuit, women's medium wrap front, sleeveless. I loved this jumpsuit. It looked so good on me pre-baby. Pre-baby, this jumpsuit. Wow, beautiful. But I outgrew it. They're gonna love it because for real, it's such a nice jumpsuit. Like the material, it felt so good. It just felt like classy. It sold in 15 days. It sold for $27. I had $0 into it, $5.40 in marketplace fees. So that left me with $21.60 for profit. Now, I debated on whether or not I wanted to share about this sale because I actually received a return request for this item yesterday because they just said it didn't fit, which is fine. It's just what it is. But I decided I did want to share because that's the cost of doing business. And if we're like sharing all the costs and things that it takes to make money, then we're also going to share when we need to lose money. Now, I didn't necessarily lose any money in this. This is my personal homecoming dress from high school, guys. And I love it so much. Like, this is an AI generated model right here, but I love this dress. It's so pretty. And it's obviously like nostalgic for me because I think this was like my junior year or senior year. I don't really remember. Is a homecoming dress nonetheless. I've been waiting to sell it for a while. This actually had been listed for 244 days and it sold on a discount. It doesn't fit, that's cool. Someone will love it. I just want someone to purchase it and like it as much as I did. I wore it one time and then it's been sitting in my closet ever since. So last year I was like, when I started my reselling business, I said, I got all the stuff out that like I hadn't worn that was just sitting there because like what's the point? I can't fit it anymore. And I mean, sure, I could save it, but then like there's no point. So, anyways, I should be getting this back. We'll see. They have until the beginning of March to send it. So if I get it back, I'll let you guys know. But it did sell for $15.12. Marketplace fee was $3.40, which left me with an $11.72 profit, which obviously is going back into eBay or going back to the buyer when they return the item. Now, let's go over our last item because I'm actually super excited about it. Remember this? Last week we talked about this Harry Potter Hallmark ornament. Potion Class C in 2007, Hogwarts decor. Sold $16. Guess when? It sold in one day. I was like, why did I buy this ornament for so much? I thought it would like go fast. It did go fast. It went really, really fast. So it sold for $16. I did buy it for $6. Marketplace fees was $3.20, which left me with a $6.80 profit, which I was totally fine with because it was a fun piece and it left in a day. And third, it wasn't Christmas. So I'll take it. Let's go over our main numbers for the week. Our revenue was $253.47. Cost of goods, $32. Our fees, $52.12. And that left us with a profit of $169.35. I love seeing all the numbers, and profit margin is a really great way to see how you're doing on your return. Now, I had a 66.81% profit margin this past week, which is great. It's great for business world. Now, let's go over my business model again, or at least my business promise, which is I believe that secondhand fashion should be affordable and accessible to others. So I am not raising my prices on my items that are not worth it. Now, there are some items that I can find that I can get more money off of. I think that's where a lot of resellers kind of lose the magic, or at least like let frustrations come to them because people lowball them or whatever the situation may be. But the truth is that a lot of people are struggling out there, and if we want to actually move the needle when it comes to making secondhand fashion a choice for others, especially on these third-party platforms, then we also need to make it affordable for them. So keep that in mind when you are receiving offers and it's a couple bucks here and there. Like, just remember why you're in the game. You might be in the game because you want to see how much you can get on each individual item, and that's your prerogative. But for my business, it's more about spreading awareness on fast fashion and how secondhand fashion is a better option for people out there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like this one went a lot smoother. Like I said last week, I had a lot of tech issues, but things get easier once you get through those bumps and figure out what you need to do to reach the goal that you want. So I hope this was a good video where you could see kind of what is selling in real time as well as realistic profits. I will see you next week with another What Sold. And honestly, I don't know how it's gonna go because it's been a kind of slow week. I don't know if you've also been experiencing that, but we shall see how it ends, and I'll see you then. See ya, bye.